Hi, this is Charlie Saccarelli from Chadwick Optical, and today we're talking about clip-on eyeglasses. So the main reason clip-ons are potentially useful and worthy of consideration is that you don't necessarily want everything built into your eyeglasses all the time. And when I think of that, I think of a spork, right? A spork is not a particularly useful spoon and not a particularly useful fork. So with eyeglasses, you want to be functional, and maybe there are features that you don't want all the time, right? Like with a spork, you don't need the spoon feature most of the time. A lot of times you just need a fork. So with clip-ons, you have the ability to have a base pair of glasses that has all the features you need, and then when you have the added functionality that you want, you can just clip it on. So there are a few different forms of clip-ons. So this is called the chemistry clip, which the way the chemistry clip works is you have a magnet on the temporal edge of each lens and then a mating sunglass that can click onto it. The cool thing about this is that the lenses have the magnet embedded in them. And because we have the lenses with the embedded magnet, the frame doesn't matter. So basically we can put a clip-on any frame. Now, there's other designs as well. So this design is called an E-clip. And what the E-clip is it's custom made as well. It has 4 teeth, and you slide the teeth on one side and get it over the other side, and then you have a clip-on. So it requires a little bit more dexterity than the chemistry clip, but is also useful in its own right. Now, the challenge with both of these is that the place manufacturing them needs to have the eyeglasses present to make them just right. And sometimes your patient is not going to want to part with the glasses. So a product that Chadwick recently developed is this, which is just a clip-on with an associated library of shapes. And with the library of shapes, it's 17 different kind of generic shapes. So you have rectangles and aviators and rounds and ovals. And chances are that if you put your patient's frame up to one of these shapes, you can find one that matches pretty close. So this is an affordable method. It's not quite as perfect as the chemistry clip or the E-clip, but is potentially functional and has some other benefits in that it's more affordable, and it's also, you don't need the patient to part with their glasses. So, what can you do with clip-ons? What kind of features can we add via clip-on? So normally the go-to is color. So we have different colors. There's a bunch of different colors. So you have sun lens colors, you have TBI colors, you have low vision colors, and they can really be done in any of these clip formats. Now where you can really get creative is you can use power and prism in these kinds of things. So if you have a pair of glasses where the patient maybe has some kind of intermediate need for, say, a computer glasses, so the distance is too far, the near is too close, you want an intermediate zone, we can make a clip-on with power. So you could maybe do a clip-on in a +1 or a +150 that the patient could just wear when they need it for computer use. So we can do that in the chemistry clip. We can do that in these clip-ons. We can really do that any way you want to make it happen. So those are some of the things that we can do with clip-ons. And if you have any questions, please call us, email us,